Hello and welcome to a day in 15 minutes UPSC Prelims Daily Current Affairs. Today is 29th February 2020 and the main topics for discussion are Rashtriya Vayoshri Yojana and ADIP scheme. Then we have 2020 CD3 Mini Moon, Thousand Springs Initiative, then Zonal Councils, Artificial Intelligence and Sovereign Gold Bond Scheme. Also we have Hennagoya Salmini Cola. So the first 6 newses are like the very important news and the last one is a capsule news. Okay, so we are going to the first topic, that is Rashtriya Vayoshri Yojana and ADPI. Okay, UPSC have a tendency to ask about the government intervention. So all the competitive exams are actually looking forward to this government intervention. So it's very important to learn about yojanas and schemes. Okay, so Rashtriya Vayoshri Yojana was in news because the Prime Minister is going to distribute the assistive aids and devices to the senior citizens and the Divyagyans, and this will be done at a mega distribution camp at Prayagraj. So, this is a scheme that is for providing physical aids and assistive devices for senior citizens, not for all senior citizens, but who are belonging to BPL category. And this is going to be a central sector scheme. That means that the central government is completely funding this particular scheme. And the expenditure for implementation of the scheme will be taken from the Senior Citizens Welfare Fund. We have such a fund dedicated for the welfare of the senior citizens and for their purposes. So the expenditure for Vayoshri Yojana will also be taken from the Senior Citizens Welfare Fund, and the scheme will be implemented through Artificial Limb Manufacturing Corporation, very famous ALIMCO. So ALIMCO is a public sector undertaking under the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. So again, this scheme will provide physical aids and it will be provided only to senior citizens, and it will be from the BPL category as well. So this implies those who are aged above 60 years will get actually free assisted aids and physical devices which is absolutely required for their sustainability. And the main criterion for the senior citizens to get the full benefits out of this particular yojana is that they must belong to BPL family and should hold valid BPL card issued by the concerned authority. So under this particular scheme, the assisted devices like crutches, walkers, walking sticks, tripods, quad ports, hearing aids, wheelchairs, spectacles, the assisted devices like that will be provided for free of cost for the beneficiary senior citizens. And one more scheme I was talking about was assistance to disabled persons for purchasing the appliances scheme, that is ADIP scheme. This scheme is actually projected to assist the needy people or the disabled persons to actually procure durable, sophisticated and good scientifically manufactured modern aids and appliances for their own convenience or for their sustainability, like if there is a need of a physical, social or psychological rehabilitation for reducing the disabilities. So such aids and devices and appliances need to be taken care of. So such help in assistance in helping them to pick those devices, that particular scheme is called as ADIP scheme. Okay, so the scheme is implemented through NGOs and national institutes that is coming under the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment, and also the PSU that we were talking about, that is ALIMCO. Okay, so one more time, Rashtriya Vayoshri Yojana, central sector scheme providing physical aids and assisted devices for senior citizens from BPL category. The fund is taken from Senior Citizen Welfare Fund. Who is doing it? Who is the implementing agency? ALIMCO, it's a PSU, and the people above 60 years of age is eligible. And assistance to disabled person for purchasing appliances scheme, ADIP scheme, is to help these people pick good products for overcoming their disabilities. Okay. The next topic is 2020 CD3 Mini Moon. So the astronomers, they have observed a small object that is orbiting the Earth. Okay. So they are calling it as mini moon. or you can call it as a second moon. That is what they call. The astronomers, they found a particular thing or a small object that is revolving around the earth. So it is not a moon. So they call it a mini moon or a second moon. Okay. So basically it's an asteroid. And the asteroid, it is as of a size of a car. A car. Okay. So unlike the permanent moon, the mini moon is temporary, and it will actually come out of the orbit. It will break free from the Earth's orbit and goes its own way. So it's not permanent. And it was actually discovered by the Casper Virchow and Teddy Prune of NASA funded Catalina Sky Survey in Arizona. So it's NASA's product. That's all you have to remember. NASA found this. Okay, Catalina Sky Survey in Arizona, which has been funded by NASA, has found or detected this. It is an asteroid. So the question will be like 2020 CD3 recently seen in news is, then you will be getting 4 options. Okay, remember it is a mini moon found by a NASA funded organization. Okay, so the Minor Planets Center of International Astronomical Union actually discovered this particular thing. So there is something, a terminology called as temporarily captured object, TCO. So when an asteroid's orbit crosses the Earth's orbit, and it can sometimes seem to be captured into the Earth's orbit. So it is basically in the asteroid orbit, and it crosses the asteroid orbit and enters into the Earth's orbit, and it gets trapped or captured in the Earth's orbit. Okay, so this is what happened with the 2020 CD3 also. The orbit of such objects is very unstable, and that is why they are called as temporarily captured object or TCO. So they have to contend with the gravitational influence of our permanent moon as well as that of sun. Okay, so once caught in the Earth's orbit, such object usually remain for a few years, and then they'll break free and they'll go into their independent orbit around the sun. Okay, so what are asteroids we are talking about? They are minor planets. They are rocky, airless remnants. It has been left over from the earlier solar system about 4.6 billion years ago. Most of this ancient space rubble can be found orbiting around the sun between Mars and Jupiter, and it is popularly called as Asteroid Belt. The total mass of all the asteroids combined is less than that of the Earth's moon. Okay, not important. You just remember what is asteroid. And some asteroids go in front of and behind the Jupiter. They are called as Trojan. Okay, so the asteroids that come to Earth are called as near Earth orbit, or NEO for short. Okay, so some asteroids go in front of and behind the Jupiter. They are Trojans, which comes very closer to the Earth, are called as near Earth orbit. And temporary captured object are ones that is coming from the asteroid belt to the Earth's orbit and getting captured there. Understood? Clear? The next topic is Thousand Springs Initiative. So the Union Tribal Affairs Minister launched this particular program, the program for capacity building of the scheduled tribes representation in the local self-government, and the Thousand Springs Initiative at a program in Bhubaneswar. Bhubaneswar is in Odisha. So this is to provide access to safe and adequate water for tribal communities who are living in such areas of the country where getting water is a problem. Okay, so under this initiative, more than 70 young tribal youths from the rural belt of Odisha will come forward, and they will be getting the training about how to find water by the hydrogeologist, and they will actually mix the traditional information and the scientific knowledge in order to identify and map the springs and help these tribals to rejuvenate and protect their habitations. Understood? So it is actually an integrated solution. It is finding or mapping the natural springs, and they will also give a provisions of piped drinking water and water for irrigation, or sanitation initiatives will be taken care of. Then nutritional gardens, such things will be attached with this particular scheme. So remember 1000 Springs, and there will be also an online portal on GS based called as Spring Atlas that will be enabling us to actually track the information or get the data about the hydrological and chemical properties of the spring. Okay. The next topic is zonal councils. So the Home Minister Amit Shah is going to chair the Eastern Zonal Council meeting in Bhubaneswar. So the councils basically are statutory bodies, and they are established as they are statutory. They are established by a act of a parliament. Which is that act? Okay, it's a State Reorganization Act of 1956. Remember, zonal councils are statutory body, and which statute is building up them or powering them? It is a State Reorganization Act of 1956. So, according to this particular act, the country itself is divided into 5 zones, and the zonal council, they will be actually promoting the cooperation and coordination between the states and union territories and the center. Okay, so they will actually do the economic planning, social planning, they will take care of the linguistic minorities, they will resolve the border dispute, interstate transport, everything will be taken care of, and they are only advisory bodies. Okay, it's not that they can take decisions, they are advisory to the government. Okay, so which are the 5 zones? Northern Zonal Council will have Haryana, Himachal Pradesh, Jammu and Kashmir, NCT, Delhi, Punjab and Rajasthan, also Chandigarh. Then the Central Council will have Chhattisgarh, Uttarakhand, Uttar Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh. The Eastern Council will have Bihar, Jharkhand, Odisha and West Bengal, and the Western Council will have Goa, Gujarat, Maharashtra, Daman and Diu and Dadra, Nagar Haveli. The Southern Council will have Andhra, Karnataka, Telangana, Puducherry, Tamil Nadu and Kerala. Okay. The next topic is artificial intelligence. So the Adult Innovation Mission that has been started by Niti Aayog is going to actually join the NASSCOM, NASSCOM, NASSCOM to bring artificial intelligence into the Indian schools. So artificial intelligence is basically simulation of human intelligence by machines, especially the computer systems. So this term was coined by John McCarthy at Dartmouth Conference, Massachusetts Institute of Technology in 1956, and the research associated with the artificial intelligence, it is very specialized and highly technical. So they will be dealing with the programs like knowledge, reasoning, problem solving, perception, learning, planning, and also the ability to manipulate and move object. Okay, so it has 2 parts. One is machine learning and deep learning. Machine learning algorithms, they detect the patterns and learn how to make predictions. Okay, and they'll recommend according to that. And this is basically by processing the data and experiences rather than by giving explicit programming information. So you will have certain examples of how situation should be, that you will take decision, the computer will take decision according to the experiences and the processed data. That is machine learning. Deep learning is a type of machine learning that can process a wider range of data resources that requires less data processing by humans. So there will not be much of a human interference in the deep learning, and you can find more accurate results than the traditional machine learning approaches. Okay, so we have something called as National Strategy for Artificial Intelligence. This has been started by Niti Aayog. So this is to guide the research and development in the new technologies, and they actually have a very prolonged approach undertaking the things about AI in various areas, and creating a national strategy, building a AI ecosystem in the country. So bringing more stakeholders and experts together to build new technology which can benefit our country. So Niti Aayog decided to focus on mainly 5 sectors. One is healthcare, then agriculture, education, smart cities and infrastructure, smart mobility and transportation. Okay. The next topic for discussion is the sovereign gold bond scheme. So you all know about gold bond. We'll just brief it. So the gold bond are government securities, which is the bond denominated in the fixed gram of gold, and they are issued by Reserve Bank of India on behalf of Government of India. Remember, they are gold. They are bond denominated in fixed grams of gold. They are issued by Reserve Bank of India. So the scheduled commercial bank or the stock holding corporations, they have designated post offices and other recognized stock exchanges which can actually trade this particular bonds. Okay, what is the feature of the bond? It is very restricted for the sale to resident individuals or the universities or charitable institutions. The bond will be actually denominated in the multiples of grams of gold. Okay, so basic unit will be 1 gram. Fine. And the tenor of the bond will be around 8 years, and there is exit option after the 5th year. Okay. And the minimum permissible investment will be 1 gram of gold. That's a basic unit. And the maximum limit will be like 4 kg for a individual. Okay. So that you remember, and the limit for trust is 20 kg. Okay. The next topic is Hennagoya Salmini cola. So this is an organism and it's a non-oxygen breathing organism. So that means it relies on anaerobic respiration. So this is basically a parasite. That parasite live in the salmon mussel. Okay. So the name, remember the name, remember what it is. Okay, that's it. So that's all for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the session. For more news and updates, please log on to www.neoiascap.com. Thank you so much and good night. Please like, share and subscribe to our channel for more videos. Follow our website neoiascap.com for detailed content and monthly prelims digest. Also join our current affairs exclusive test series through the website. And finally, participate in the daily current affairs prelims infotainment quiz at our Telegram channel Neo IAS Prelims at 9:30 p.m. every day. Thank you.